What's up guys, Super Nick here and welcome to my channel. For a lot of you this will be your first time coming to my channel, so welcome again and thank you so much for coming by. This is going to be my first, I guess, official video for this channel. I have previously uploaded a couple of short films that I did myself or took a part in, but I sort of wanted to, I guess, reboot my channel a bit and make it something more along the lines of my passion and what I'm interested in, which I will get into very soon. So to introduce myself, my name's Nick, I'm 24 and I'm from Melbourne, Australia. A few of my interests, I guess, which is what I really want to bring into this channel, include superheroes, movies, TV shows, video games, music, books, comic books, and just in general a lot of stuff that revolves around pop culture and falls under that pop culture banner. So that's really what I want to share with you guys on this channel, is my passion for all things pop culture and everything that I just mentioned before. Now, how did I sort of get into this world and gain this interest? I guess back when I was growing up in Perth, where I grew up for 16 years in Perth, Western Australia, I would sort of go to the library every probably Sunday afternoon, and I would probably end up reading a comic book or two. I would take some home to read. So that was sort of my introduction to superheroes and the worlds of superheroes and supervillains through that. So I really started to gain a passion for that there. But I don't think I really got into it a lot until I moved here to Melbourne, Australia. And when I got to Melbourne, I really discovered and started to get into pop culture conventions. So I sort of started to, I think my first convention was Supernova in Melbourne. So I went to that one. I believe I volunteered at that because I was kind of like, oh, that's a pretty cool idea. I could, go and volunteer there, check out what it's like, because I really had no idea before that as to what it would be like or, what went on there. And then I sort of, I arrived there and I volunteered and I was like, wow, this is the coolest thing. People are dressing up like these heroes and villains that I've, only read about, and there are people from movies and TV shows that I've, that I've watched. They're all here in person, in the flesh, and, there's comic book creators and, all sorts of amazing stuff. And I think that's where I really, from going to reading comic books and watching movies, this was sort of like a level up to the next step of, discovering and exploring the passion of this fandom and pop culture in general. So I sort of started to go to these conventions, volunteer at them, make new friends through this, and it sort of developed from there. So I volunteered at multiple Supernova conventions. I volunteered at Oz Comic Cons and PAX Australia. And I also went to, I believe it was Armageddon back in the day, and then it became AMC, but that was, I think, cancelled in Australia, but it still runs in New Zealand. But I remember just going to those conventions, and I would actually attend instead of volunteering, because I think it was about $35 for the whole weekend. And I was like, wow, that is such a good deal in terms of, admission prices to a convention. So I was like, oh wow, I'll attend this one. I think the first one I went to, I dressed up as Clark Kent. And I think another one, I dressed up as Jared Leto's Joker from Suicide Squad. And I really, really enjoyed dressing up and, going around as an attendee and seeing the convention from the other side. And conventions have been an amazing way of making connections. Some I still have now, some are in the past and I'm no longer connected with. But it's just a really amazing way, and I think continues to be, to meet new people, meet, other volunteers at the conventions or other people who share the same fandom and interests as you. So I think that was a really great way to sort of slide into feeling more comfortable about my passion for pop culture here in Melbourne, and really, cementing myself in that world and connecting with new people. Because coming to Melbourne, apart from family, I really didn't know anyone at all. Like, I finished off high school, so I did, for those of you in Melbourne, you know that year 11 and 12 are VCE. So I finished off that, which wasn't the most enjoyable years. But I finished off VCE in Melbourne, and then I went on to university for a couple of years. And then following that, I started working at the Melbourne Convention and Exhibition Centre, where I still am now. But that's quite a huge events world, and, included in that is pop culture events that are run there. So that was sort of a good way to get in the door to see some more behind the scenes stuff of some of those events. Yeah, so that's sort of, I guess, a little bit of how I, from Perth coming to Melbourne, how I sort of got into the pop culture scene and, how I'm in it now. And obviously conventions aren't the only way that I explore my fandom and enjoy it. I also go and see movies at the cinemas when they come out. I watch TV shows of, superhero or, other pop culture related TV shows, which, I'm sure in later videos I'll do reactions and reviews and videos regarding either Marvel, DC or other pop culture digital content, but I'll get into more of where the content's gonna go with this channel later. But yeah, that's sort of how in Melbourne I got into the pop culture scene and started discovering it. So that's been really wonderful to get into here, because I think Melbourne is, I believe it's quoted as the most livable city in the world. Don't quote me on that because I could be wrong, but I have heard that thrown around before. But I think what I love about Melbourne is how vibrant it is and how much culture there is, how much, diversity, and I just really feel at home here in Melbourne. So it's really nice to be living here. So now I think it would, be appropriate to tell you where I'm sort of planning to go with this channel, what my plans are, and, a little bit about me getting into YouTube and what I want to do and where I want to go and what you can expect for the future. So I have had an interest in getting into YouTube for quite a while now, but I'm a professional procrastinator, so of course it hasn't sort of happened from the get-go. I've sort of been like, oh yeah, well I really want to, film this video and start off my channel this way, and this is my idea for the kind of content I want to have on my channel, but I haven't sort of had that push until now to sort of just sit down and film something just to get it up on my channel and start sort of building a community that way. So I'm really happy that, with the help of one of my really good mates and, just having him and, we're sort of pushing each other as well to start doing YouTube. So I think that's really been part of what, as of very recently, has gotten me off the ground and, pushed me to now do this and be filming this video to start off the YouTube channel. So I think, that aside, and also just having friends around me who have been really positive and encouraging in saying that they think that YouTube would be something that I'd be really good at doing because of, they say that I've got a really good, I guess personality for doing YouTube, and I'm really chatty and I've got a good vibe for it. So shout out to, all of those people who along the way have said that they think that this would be something I'd be really good at. So yeah, shout out to those people, and here I am because of you guys finally putting myself out here and beginning what I hope will be a really, really exciting journey. Speaking of that journey, let's sort of have a bit of a chat about where I want to go with this channel, what sort of content you guys can expect to see, and a few more of the specifics in regards to that. Now, before I go on, I just wanted to invite people, if they're enjoying the video so far, and if you'd like to see more, hit the like button. It would really help to see if people enjoy my videos, see if they want more content, and also hit the subscribe button if you hadn't already, and click that bell for notifications so you will know exactly when I upload new videos. Alright, so now getting back to the content and what it will be, where I want it to go. I think in a general enveloping sense, I want it to be about pop culture and my passion that goes into pop culture. Now, I will say up front that I'm not into all types of pop culture. Like, I'm not hugely into anime or certain genres, I guess, that fall under the pop culture banner. But I do enjoy a lot of aspects such as superheroes, comic books, movies, TV shows, music, and a few others, and books as well. So I guess that's sort of what I will be focusing on. And even behind me here, as you can see, I am a bit of a collector. I have my comic books on another shelf, so I have a few of those, and I've actually started getting more into collecting comic books as of recently. So I'm planning to start by doing a haul video of what I've collected over the month of September and October. So I'm really excited to bring you guys that, because I've gotten some great books already and I've got more on the way. So keep an eye out for that. A lot of the content on here will be around pop culture related topics, and it will include types of videos such as movie reviews, trailer reactions, discussions, and with discussions, of course, I will be bringing guests onto the channel. And obviously over time I have a very basic setup at the moment, but I'm planning to hopefully eventually get a better setup so that I can, have guests on the channel and, sort of create a discussion with them, if they're equally as passionate about the subject, which hopefully they are if I have them on. So having someone else to discuss a movie or a video game or comic books or anything like that. And obviously in the current COVID times, it's a little bit tricky to do that, but at the moment I'm planning things out. I've already got a couple of videos in the pipeline that I'm looking to shoot content for this channel. So by the time you see this, it shouldn't be too long, or I would be in the process of filming those other videos and then looking to upload the content. So yeah, as I was saying before, video types would include movie reviews, trailer reactions, discussions. I will even probably do maybe unboxings of things I get, and like hauls. As I mentioned before, I just got a few comic books in that I've ordered over the past few months, so I might even do like a haul near the end of October of what I've gotten over the past couple of months, and just to show you guys, what I'm collecting at the moment. And I'll probably also do like a video on, and I may do them separately or in the same one, I'm not sure yet, so let me know down in the comments, you know, what you think of this idea and whether you think I should change it up or keep it a certain way. But I'm thinking of giving you guys, if you want it, you know, a sort of view of my collection so far. So one would be sort of pop vinyls and statues that I've collected so far. Another would be books and comic books that I have, additionally to the haul that I'm planning to do. And then another one might be video games, which I can't remember if I mentioned that video games was within, you know, my realm of pop culture interest. But I do have quite a large collection of video games at the moment, including a few different consoles. So I could also do that as a bit of a collection video in terms of what I have so far. So that's sort of a bit of an overview of the content that I plan to upload to my channel. And obviously I'll come up with more ideas as more stuff happens, especially with movies and TV shows as they go back to filming and being able to be released. Hopefully in theaters sooner rather than later, rather than video on demand. But I will definitely look to give you guys my insights to movies and TV shows, especially my main two fandoms, I would say, are Marvel and DC. So I'm really excited to be focusing on like the movies and shows that come out from both Marvel and DC. But I also do watch things like Stranger Things and Game of Thrones and a number of other TV shows. And I've also started watching The Witcher. I know I'm a bit late on that one, but yeah, I'm really enjoying that one so far. But yeah, let me guys know what you think of the type of content that I've mentioned so far. If there's more that you guys would like to see, and I can definitely look at incorporating that or doing that as a video type. Now, in terms of a release schedule, which I know, you know, a lot of YouTubers that I've seen, you know, they sort of have a schedule. They either, you know, do a video every day, they do one, you know, every certain day of the week. Now, I can't, you know, I guess at the moment, make any sort of promises in terms of a definite release schedule. As I said, I've got a couple of videos that are in the pipeline at the moment that I plan to film, and I'm sure I'll get more ideas. So I'm going to release them hopefully as regularly as I can, but I couldn't sort of say for certain any sort of concrete timeline for release videos at the moment. But hopefully once things, you know, start going back to normal a bit, I can get out and film more videos. And the more videos that I film, I can sort of film a few at once and then release them periodically. So that will sort of help to build up a bit of a release schedule. Now, of course, to me, obviously content is a huge part of this channel, but so are you guys, the subscribers, and thank you so much to the 41 subscribers I already have before even posting this video. So thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far and liked my videos and interacted with them. And in this fresh start, as I mentioned before, the content will be a part of it, but another huge part for me is you guys as the subscribers and people interacting with my content. And, you know, one thing that I really aim to keep on top of in, you know, releasing this content is also interacting with you guys. So any, you know, comments on my videos, I will get back to those and interact with you in the comments, as well as probably making like a community tab where I'll do like notifications of when I'm posting new videos in that community tab and interact with you guys there as well. Now, as I mentioned a bit earlier, there have been so many people already who have encouraged me along the way to start filming YouTube videos and upload YouTube videos, and I will put them in the description as a bit of a shout out, because there'd probably be quite a few who I can't remember off the top of my head to thank in the video, and I just wanted to, you know, give a shout out to all of them. So I'll put them down in the comments as in the description as a bit of a thank you. And I will also put my social medias in the description where you guys can reach out to me. I've also got a email which I've just created, which you can contact me by for any collaborations or any video suggestions or ideas you have for the channel, because as I said, one of the really big parts for me in this channel will be interacting with you guys and making it hopefully a community and a place where it's our content and our channel. Even though, you know, I will be bringing you the content, I really want to make sure that you guys, you know, feel included and that you feel a part of this channel and of this community, and that you're, you know, able to contribute to these videos and being a part of them in some way. So don't be shy to, you know, sort of reach out and message me on either Instagram or email me with any suggestions or ideas that you have. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting this channel started and getting it on its way and seeing where it goes. Well, that just about wraps up this little intro video for my channel. So thank you so much everyone who will be watching this, and please remember, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, hit that like button, click subscribe, and also click the notification bell so you know exactly when I release a new video. Thank you so much for watching guys, and have a super time, and see you next time.